Yo, it's hump day.
Can't stand you. This is manifested. This has been something that's been in my heart for a long time.
Welcome to the How To series, where we will be delving into the characters of My Hero Ultra Rumble and offer solid advice to new or intermediate players in the game. Of course, I'm picking the newest character Overhaul for this video because my deck is enormous and my skills are competent for the My Hero esports. Not to mention my luck was finally on fucking point for once. Anyways, let's get started. Overhaul is part of the support class, offering a bonus to all recovery items for your team. Now let's look into his abilities. His alpha consists of some rocks and shit that expand and explode either by hitting their maximum range or by hitting an opponent or surface. One rock does fuck all damage, but landing multiple rocks onto your opponents directly would normally deal 50 to 60 damage a round. After 2 direct shots, the opponent will always get knocked back, which helps out against characters that have a great chase game, considering how Overhaul acts like a tortoise of a character. They increase drastically from size. From level 1 you need to directly hit opponents to even deal damage to them, to level 4 and especially 9 where you can still miss someone's enlarged futanary tits, yet they'll still land. The cooldown is very short, only taking 2 seconds a bullet, and only having 5.5 seconds for a penalty, making this highly spammable. His beta is where he sticks his dick into the ground and directs any structure into forming large spikes that deal around 30 damage each. These spikes can also travel up buildings, and are perfect for surprising opponents due to how quick they emerge. At levels 4 and 9, their size increase, making them thicker and go up people's asses easier. He will always have 4 bullets, but the recharge for these spikes are actually very solid, practically cutting your reload time by half at level 9. However, I'd recommend leveling this up last, due to the alpha and gamma needing level ups more than this. Speaking of his gamma, it's just Gaara's Sand Tsunami from Storm 4 but on steroids. You create a rock tsunami that has a wide hitbox and stuns any opponents for 1 second, allowing you to use your alpha and dealing a few more blows. This is one of his best abilities, due to literally ripping off Todoroki's ice and making it 10 times better. At level 4, he gains an extra tsunami, and when using his gamma there will be 2 tsunamis that would stick out. Afterwards, level 9 still grants you 2 bullets, but the width and even reload speed are much better. Using this ability behind cover or below a mountain helps surprise the opponent and offers you a free 200 damage combo when landed. It's also a great off me button, as the startup also hits and stuns anyone caught inside. Lastly, his special action is actually really fucking annoying, but also really amazing. The first uses a healing factor, allowing you to restore your entire health back and grants you 125 shield by simply holding down the special action. What this means is this grants Overhaul 2 really powerful advantages. 1. He can start the game off with full shields and doesn't need to rely on healing items that much. And 2. This means Overhaul could have the highest health in the entire game with how he can heal anytime he wants. Plus he can heal his teammates up to max health, and even max shields. For example, you could heal all for 1 back up to max with just a simple press of a button, which is absolutely mental. The other part of his special action is where he can attack anyone for only 76 damage. I haven't found much use for this, but I accidentally found an usage for it. If Tomura runs up and grabs you, using this for some reason stops Tomura and damages him back. I'm unsure whether other abilities can allow this, but it can be helpful. Outside of that niche counter, it's recommended to just use his abilities rather than this. If he hits someone, it takes 20 seconds to recharge. But if he heals anyone or himself, or hits anyone twice with it, then he has to wait for 48 seconds to finally use his special action again. In terms of strengths, Overhaul is the only medic in the entire game, and has extremely strong defense with many abilities that can knock back and strike multiple targets. Healing yourself or other teammates up to max health and shields in a single second can really change a fight to your advantage, and his early game can perform really well. His high knockback also allows him space to breathe, and helps make rapid characters struggle against landing hits onto him. Low DPS characters struggle against Overhaul, due to his instant healing factor every 48 seconds. However, Overhaul is one of the few characters to have literally no mobility in the game, making him wander around with a slug-like pace throughout the match. He also has a poor chase game, meaning your opponents can run away much easier, along with the fact that all of his moves do result in knockback, meaning his DPS is pretty low all things considered. Some special tips I can offer is to level up his Gamma up to 4, switch back to the Alpha and level it up to level 9, then upgrade his Gamma to 9, then finally upgrade his Beta. Speed cards are very helpful, which allows Overhaul to run up buildings and causes his abilities such as his Beta and Gamma to attack faster. Defense and reload cards can also help in a pinch whenever you're caught in situations where your special action is reloading and you need to stall longer, or when you need your Gamma again. Yet again I formed a tier list for Overhaul. Most of these were by calculating most characters' abilities and playstyle, so some of this may or may not be factual. Although this time I felt like adding characters above or below average to help differentiate the average tier. He's able to counter rapids, and performs well against characters that have either a low DPS, or characters that need to go up to your face. His bad matchups would be characters that would have a very high DPS whilst being mobile. Toga stealing and using your healing can also be a high risk, hence why she's difficult to fight. Thanks to this guide, you may now become mentally untouchable, and spend a fat $100 just to obtain a shitty Iida skin. Thanks for watching.